President Trump's attempt to give one of Washington's most iconic landmarks a facelift has hit another major setback. Just weeks after the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool reopened following a multi-million-dollar refurbishment, crews have been forced to drain it again. The latest repair work continued over the weekend after the freshly renovated pool was plagued by a series of embarrassing problems. Large sections of its newly coated surface began peeling away, while the water itself turned a murky green because of an algal bloom. The overhaul had originally been promoted by the Trump administration as part of a wider effort to beautify the nation's capital ahead of America's 250th anniversary celebrations. But instead of becoming a showcase project, the reflecting pool quickly became the center of fresh criticism. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum confirmed that the National Park Service is once again draining the pool. Speaking about the latest round of repairs, he said, quote, "Drain the water, clean up the fireworks stuff, repair the vandalism that was done, and fill it back up again." Burgum suggested debris left behind after the massive Independence Day fireworks over the National Mall also needed to be removed. But while the administration has blamed vandals for damaging the pool, critics argue the peeling surface points to poor workmanship rather than deliberate vandalism. The project has also become far more expensive than originally planned. As per the Daily Beast, what began as a refurbishment expected to cost around $1.8 million is now projected to exceed $14.7 million. The no-bid contract was awarded to a Virginia-based company that had previously worked on a swimming pool at one of Donald Trump's golf clubs. Despite mounting criticism, Burgum defended the contractor, telling CNN's State of the Union, quote, "They did a fantastic job." The reflecting pool is also just one part of Trump's larger makeover plans. The administration has proposed a new White House ballroom, a giant arch near Arlington National Cemetery, and the restoration of 22 fountains across the city. However, one of those projects has already run into trouble as well. The restored cascading fountain at Meridian Hill Park reportedly turned muddy brown before later taking on a murky green color. President Donald Trump's latest beautification project is facing a fresh wave of backlash after the historic fountains at Washington, D.C.'s Meridian Hill Park reopened with water that many say looks anything but beautiful. The fountains had just returned to service following a months-long renovation ordered by the Trump administration. But instead of crystal clear water welcoming visitors back, social media was flooded with images showing murky brown water, prompting critics to compare the fountains to everything from a public toilet to the troubled Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. The photos spread rapidly online, and so did the trolling. One user questioned, quote, "So now what's the excuse? Start arresting more citizens or maybe put fencing?" Another wrote, quote, "More proof that everything he touches turns to sh." A third compared the project to the infamous Fyre Festival, calling Trump, quote, "a living, breathing embodiment of the Fyre Festival." But not everyone blamed the administration. Many Trump supporters argued the discolored water was the result of deliberate sabotage rather than failed restoration work. One supporter claimed, quote, "The left is so intent on destroying anything good Trump does that this was most likely intentional." Another suggested, quote, "One of your socialist teammates probably put something in the water," while another insisted, "People with chronic Trump derangement syndrome probably poisoned the water." Ironically, Just days earlier, the fountains looked perfectly clear. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth had even stopped by Meridian Hill Park alongside members of the National Guard, celebrating the successful completion of the restoration project. Here's what he said.
You do your job no matter what. In fact, this background noise this morning is perfect. It's the sound of ingrates, of ingratitude, of people who are so blinded by ideology they can't see law and order and common sense in front of them. That there's nothing ideological about this group. There's nothing political about this exercise. Law and order is something all Americans deserve. Black, white, rich, poor, man or woman from D.C. or far-flung places in this country. And the beautiful thing is when I look out at this group, that's all of you. From all across this great country. You're not from Washington, most of you, but this is your capital. And you believe in this 250th year that it should be safe and it should be secure for every single citizen that lives here and every single citizen that comes to visit in this 250th year. And you do it whether it's cold, whether it's raining, whether it's, well, it doesn't snow here very often, whether it's snowing or whether it's 100 degrees on the 4th of July. See, these ingrates will fade away. They'll go back to wherever they came from. You will do your job. And you will do it professionally, with courage, boldly, assisting with arrests, helping people who need help. But when I talk about elites, I'm talking about all of you, the real 1%. The real 1% of America who raised your right hand to serve something bigger than yourself when you could have done anything else. And then you do the difficult, tough job that no one else is willing to do. And you stand beside law enforcement here and you ensure that our capital is safe and secure. It's a righteous and beautiful mission. And what an honor it is to stand with you in the 250th year of our great republic, where it has always required men and women like you for 250 years to stand up and do the right thing when it's difficult. And that's precisely what you have done in this DC safe and beautiful mission.
As per TMZ, the National Park Service says it's monitoring the condition of the water, but the images circulating online have already reignited criticism of the administration's recent park restoration efforts. And for many observers, the situation feels strangely familiar.